Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Collector's Edition Kite-Man. This guy is a sort of obscure Batman rogue and DC villain. This guy's a Target exclusive, and that's where I got him today. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane toys, ages 12 plus, part of the Gold Label collection. A Gold Label figure is simply a retailer exclusive, whether it be Walmart or GameStop. This Gold Label is a Target exclusive. DC Multiverse Kite-Man, McFarlane Collector's Edition. Here he is in the package. Looks like we have a backpack, 6 different hands, collector's card, display stand, and a large kite. One side of the package, Kite-Man, Batman Rogues, the 43rd figure in the Collector's Edition subline. Other side says Kite-Man. The back, here he is, gliding. And at the bottom, there's his barcode if it helps. So with no further ado, let's open him up. And here's both the regular Kite-Man and his modern look, next to the Platinum Chase variant of Kite-Man in the classic colors. Hell yeah! Now that we got this guy out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out. He's got a display stand, a collector's card, a backpack, a large kite, and 6 interchangeable hands. Before we take a look at all that, let's talk about and check out this figure. So this is Kite-Man. His real name is Chuck Brown. He's an obscure, sort of D-lister Batman villain. He's pretty much like a joke because his gimmick is so ridiculous. He flies a giant kite, uses kite-based sort of crimes, and that's just the campy Silver Age Batman villain at its finest. He's been gaining popularity lately. He's been in the comics and the Rebirth comics, and he was prominent on the Harley Quinn TV show, and I actually really liked him on that. Then he even got his own spin-off TV show, which is crazy for Kite-Man to have his own cartoon show, but it is a thing right now. My collection is predominantly Batman related, and the obscure rogues and characters that have never had figures before is exactly what I want, so this is a perfect release right up my alley. Finally time to upgrade my old custom Kite-Man, which I'll show you later in the video. For now, let's take a look at him. And this is Kite-Man in his modern appearance. The Platinum one is his sort of classic color scheme. So, starting with his head, he's got a sort of yellow visor, and it's got red gunk all over it. From what I've seen online, they're all like that. A little sort of kite on his forehead as well as his chest. He's got this backpack here, which looks like it'll just come off. A little plug here, which I guess can be for either the kite or his backpack, depending on if he's flying or not. Looks like it's done on the Blue Beetle booster body. You can tell from the prominent abs at the top. Double jointed elbows and knees. Basic body, but perfect for this guy. It's going to be awesome adding him to the modern Batman Rogues gallery. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt, which I think looks just fine. I have no complaints whatsoever. Well, except for that weird red stuff on his visor. Not sure what's going on there. And here's the figure, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories, starting off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand, typical McFarlane display stand we've seen plenty of times before. This one has a silver DC at the bottom. Then we have Kite-Man gliding through what I assume is Gotham City. McFarlane Collector's Edition. On the backside there is a description. If you want to read that, pause now. Then, for his hands, he has a total of 6 of them. 3 left hands and 3 right hands. Here he is with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. And here, with his second pair of hands, these are his gripping hands. And his final pair of hands, his right hand is a thumbs up, his left hand is an open hand. Now let's check out his kite and backpack. And I think this is such a cool accessory. It's large. You have like 3 options. You can have him with no backpack on. You can have him with the backpack strapped on with the backpack part in the back, or the kite part in the back. So a lot of options, and that's pretty cool. So first of all, here's his little harness for the kite. The kite will just sort of plug into there. The straps that go around his back. And then of course you have the option of having the kite sort of stowed away, or having the kite deployed and him gliding. The kite itself has good texture on it. It's a little sort of thing sticking out, like it has like a wooden frame. And that's where it'll peg in. So like I said, we have 3 different distinct looks for him. Here he is, without the harness on. Maybe he's in his sort of base, took everything off. Then we have him with just the harness and backpack on, like he's out and about, doing Kite-Man things, and he has his backpack on, ready to deploy the kite if he needs it. And then finally, with the kite deployed, and he can stand up like this, it doesn't go lower than his feet, which is a good decision. And if it's too big for your display, you don't have to display him like that, so I like the different options. He'd be flying, sort of gliding around like this. I think it's a really cool way that they handled making this figure. Really dumb and obscure villain, and I love it. Now to look at the differences, similarities between the regular version of Kite-Man and the Platinum Chase variant. And we have 2 similar but different looks. This is the modern version. This is the old school classic version. So let's take a closer look. So, starting with their heads here, they actually have different head sculpts. This guy has that dorky big helmet he used to have, and this guy has the sort of, I don't know, spandex sort of mask or whatever you want to call it. I like that. It makes them a little bit more different than just simply repainting them, and I'm kind of surprised they made a different head sculpt. I thought they would just paint this bright yellow and pretend like it's a helmet. Seems like something McFarlane might do. The kite logo is a little bit different. The color scheme, similar but different. They both have green. He has lighter green. His is the same sort of darker green across the whole outfit. The diaper piece is the same sculpt but different paint job. Gloves and the boots are pretty much the same. Love the fact that we have 2 comic accurate versions of Kite-Man. He can go with my Silver Age Bat Rogues, and he can go with the modern Bat Rogues. Best of both worlds. And now for the reuse differences and similarities between the Blue Beetle and Booster Gold body. Shares a little bit more in common with Blue Beetle, so let's take a look. Once again, the heads are completely different. The torso and stomach are the same. The arms, the hands are different, but Blue Beetle came with a bunch of different hands, so the hands are reused as well. The diaper piece is different. Blue Beetle has a belt. The legs down to the boots are the same. So it is exactly the same figure, different paint job, different head, different diaper, and I think it works. Here's a look at all the figures that utilize the Blue Beetle Booster Gold body. I count a total of 38, and I honestly can't think of the next one that's going to use it, but I'm sure there will be more. This McFarlane's more or less blank body, kind of like Hasbro's Bucky. And it's a decent body. The only thing I really don't like is the wrists look kind of awkward. Sometimes it's hard to stand up completely flush. You gotta bend the knee just a tad. And then the prominent top 2 abs that are on the top part of the torso, disconnected from the bottom ones, just looks a little weird and noticeable. Now they've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories. Let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing about 6.9 inches tall, which can translate to just under 18 centimeters. And for his articulation. Starting with his head, of course, you can rotate side to side. You can look up, not that much, down a little bit more. You can tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders on a ball joint goes up way more than 90 degrees. Up, down, around. He's got this butterfly ring. Increase the range of motion and covering the large gap that would be there. Bicep cut. Double jointed elbows. His wrist can rotate, and it's hinged as well. You can see the mismatched color of the wrist compared to the rest. His torso is a ball joint, rotate around, forward and back. Another one is waist, rotate around, forward and back. Legs, complete as splits, McFarlane style hip joints, rotation is minimum. Legs go forward about that far, back not at all. Double jointed knees, and the ankles. Forward and back, rotate, tilt, rock, and toe articulation. Here's a look at Kite-Man flying through the city skies, giving you a thumbs up. Hell yeah! Now let's check them out. Next is some other action figures, starting off with some other Kite-Man figures. Here's the regular modern version of Kite-Man, next to the Platinum Classic version. And here he is, next to a custom version of Kite-Man that I bought on eBay for super cheap a long time ago, and I actually really like the figure. It's not perfect, and it leans more toward the classic look. And at one point, I've made a crappy, really quick kite for him. And so now I have 3 different versions of Kite-Man in my collection. 2 7-inch, 1 6-inch. Here's Kite-Man, next to a bunch of obscure Batman villains that McFarlane has made. We have Clock King, the Abyss, Kite-Man, Catman, Mr. Bloom, and Mr. Zaz. I love the obscure rogues, especially the ones they've never made figures of before. They also made a few obscure Batman rogues in the DC Direct Batman the Animated Series line, Conduit King, Lockup, and Maxie Zeus, and I would absolutely love these guys in the 7-inch Multiverse line. And they also made a bunch in their 1966 classic TV series line. A different version of Clock King, King Tut, Lord Deathman, Bookworm, and Egghead. And once again, I would welcome these guys in the 7-inch Multiverse line. Here's Kite-Man next to Poison Ivy. In the Harley Quinn cartoon show, Kite-Man was dating Poison Ivy until they broke up, and then she became a lesbian and got with Harley Quinn, and I guess that says a lot about Kite-Man. And then here's Kite-Man next to Harley Quinn's sort of supervillain team, at least from seasons 1 and 2 of the Harley Quinn TV show. Clayface, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Dr. Psycho, and King Shark. So here's the McFarlane Collector's Edition Wave 1. Every single Collector's Edition figure has a Platinum Chase variant. Here are both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of the first appearance Superman, the Abyss, and Alan Scott Green Lantern. And here's the second wave of Collector's Edition figures, both regular and Platinum versions of Firestorm, Hawkman, and Sinestro. Then, the third wave of Collector's Edition figures, we have the Death and Return of Superman, Captain Carrot, Batman as Green Lantern, and Wonder Woman. Here's the fourth wave. This wave consisted of Penguin, Starfire, and Captain Boomerang. And here's the fifth wave of McFarlane Collector's Edition figures, both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of Sergeant Rock, Connor Kent Superboy, and Manga Batman. Here's the sixth wave of Collector's Edition figures, both versions of the Red Hood, Clock King and Dr. Time, Ragman, and Agent Liberty. And finally, here's the seventh wave of McFarlane Collector's Edition figures, both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of the Dark Knight Returns Batman, Huntress, and some Green Lantern Corps members. We have Tomar Ray, Evan Sewer, Arcus Chumuk, and the Green Man. And then here's the eighth wave of Collector's Edition figures. This wave was unusually large. We have both the regular and Platinum versions of Lightning Lad, Simon Bowles Green Lantern, Geoforce, Grid, the Christopher Reeve Superman, and Mr. Terrific. Then, with Wave 9 of the Collector's Edition, Guy Gardner Green Lantern, Captain Cold, and Power Girl. And here's Wave 10 of McFarlane's Collector's Edition, both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of the Year 2 Batman, Deadshot, and Adam Strange. And here's Wave 11 of the Collector's Edition, at least I think. The way they're releasing exclusives, variants, it's kind of hard to tell what the wave is at this point. We have both the regular and Platinum versions of the Target exclusive Strange Lives of Superman, Hawkgirl, Yellow Jacket, Mr. Terrific, and then Red Lantern Guy Gardner. And here, with what I guess is Wave 12, it doesn't really matter what the wave number is, but these guys came out in the same assortment. We have both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of Metron and Kite-Man, and then the regular Dark Archer and Dark Stars. Still in the hunt for the Platinum version of Dark Archer and Dark Stars, and a couple more collector's items that are on the verge of coming out is going to be the San Diego Comic-Con Beast Boy, and then the Deathstroke figure. Now let's check them out next to some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to the Troika Batman, Luke Fox Batwing, and the Kenner Homage Azrael. Here's Kite-Man, next to most recent digital wave. We have Monarch, No Man's Land Batman, Disco Nightwing, and Spoiler. Still in the hunt for the Platinum version of this Batman. And here he is, with the most recent wave of Page Punchers. We have the Golden Age Wonder Woman, and the Jacketless Superboy. Still in the hunt for Steve Trevor and the Platinum Superboy. Then, with the Ross exclusive, Hush and James Gunn Superman figures, still need the 3 Jokers Ross Batman. And now, with some McFarlane cover recreations, we have the Kingdom Come Superman, the infamous Stolen Killing Joke Joker, and the Dark Knight Returns Batman. Here's Kite-Man, next to the Dark Knight's Metal, Merciless, and the Batman Who Laughs 2-pack. And here he is, next to the green and yellow Rainbow Batman figures. Then, with the Nightmare Arkham City Batman, the Blacklight Etrigan Demon, and the Jokerized Dick Grayson Robin. And now, with the Superman vs. Godzilla 2-pack. And finally, next to the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive, Black White Accent, Year 2 Batman, and Grim Knight. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you will know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they are typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work my way smaller. But first, let's check him out with some of his McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figures, All from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale. And now, with some Jack-specific wrestling figures and Diamond Select toys, here's Kite-Man next to a bottle of sunflower oil. And here he is with some DC Direct and NECA figures. Then, with both some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures. And now, with some Mezco and Mattel DC figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends. And finally, with some SH Figure Arts and Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, hell yeah, this is a really cool Kite-Man figure. I really like him. I like both versions. I love when they make figures of Batman-related characters that have never gotten the figure treatment before, and Kite-Man is a perfect example. And now, not only do we have Kite-Man, but we have 2 Kite-Man figures. I love the kite. He has plenty of hands. I love the sort of harness and the different 3 looks with no harness, with the harness on with the backpack, and with the harness on with the kite. I think they did an excellent job with this figure, and I'm really happy to add him to the collection. It would have been nice if it was some more original parts, but I think the Blue Beetle body actually works really good for Kite-Man. If I were to rate this figure, I'm going to give him a surprising 8.5 out of 10. I'm really, really liking him. So this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.